Now she's gonna look up and wave.
Good morning, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sanctuary of the Temple of Light, and help me welcome to the World Wide Web. Woo, I don't know if I feel the energy, I feel the enthusiasm. I'd say the excitement, but I smoothed it up to enthusiasm. I feel your enthusiasm, and I know you're as enthusiastic as I am for the beginning of, don't correct me, 2024, right? I've been writing 2023 all week. 2024. And today, what is the date? The 7th of January 2024. And we are here to experience something really, really wonderful. And we are just here to let go and allow our collective consciousness to be part of the wonderful healing experience that will take place this morning. So, as we always do, we go into our prayer. So join me as we just go within and allow the energy that permeates our entire being to just fill us now with the awareness of the one power and the one presence we call by many names, God, the living Spirit Almighty, the infinite. I know it is that which takes complete charge of every individual in this service this morning. It takes place of the collective consciousness of this we call a Sunday morning burning bowl service. It is that which transcends every thought of otherness and declares itself, I am the Lord thy God, and beside me there is no other. It is in this consciousness that we experience this beautiful service this morning, a preparation in eternity for the coming year, a point within eternity. So we now let go and allow every word that is spoken in this service by our inspired minister, Reverend Michelle, by those who read, those who sing, and in the quiet of our hearts, we allow it to be that gateway through which the infinite comes forth for a service that is truly wonderful, magnificent, love-filled, joy-filled. So we let go now and know that everything transpires easily, effortlessly, peacefully, joyfully, lovingly, and with great fulfillment. This is the truth. I give thanks that it is so, and so it is. So it is. Please turn to your program so that we can affirm divine love, and that's on page 2. And you'll be guided if you're online. You'll see it. So together, divine love is doing its perfect work here and now. Divine love harmonizes. Divine love adjusts. Divine love prospers. Divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing for this church now. Divine love is now victorious, and so it is. And our chant, we let it be, led by, who's our cantor? go in the silence and let it be. Let it be. And so it is. The inspirational reading I'm sharing with you is from Richer Living. And if you haven't got Richer Living, get it. Get it. Richer Living is inspired daily readings by Reverend, who joins in? Raymond Charles Barker. And Ernest Holmes. Yeah, right. Yeah, I wanted the other one. Mm-hmm. So the epigraph has 3. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. And that's from Revelations 21, verse 4. And from the Talmud, pray not that sinners may perish, but that the sin itself may disappear. And from the Upanishads, by knowledge of God, Diva, all the bonds of ignorance, unhappiness are destroyed. And he goes on, the wisest man who ever lived told us that the knowledge of truth shall make us free. All books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it's not the one who makes the mistake whom we should seek to destroy. It is the mistake itself which must be erased. Now this means that evil has no existence in itself. It has no history. No matter what the negations of yesterday may have been, the affirmations of today may rise triumphant and transcendent over them. Thus all the evils of our yesterdays disappear into their native nothingness. If we behold beauty instead of ugliness, then beauty will appear. If we persist in seeing the true rather than the false, then that which is true will appear. Where is the false, the untrue, and the evil when the knowledge of truth has made us free? Its days are as though they had never been. Its cause is neutralized, hence it leaves no effect. Let us then cease weeping over the shortcomings and mistakes and evils of our yesterdays, and steadfastly behold in the face of the great and the divine reality, let us resolve to walk in that light wherein there is no darkness. And so it is. So it is. Our praise song.
We will not sing our praise song. It's just not bright enough. That's it. It does not go.
Yes.
All right, your prayer of our center would be on our flyer. No?
It's on
The temple.
Of course, it's on the temple website.
Get used to this.
Thank you. Even I. Thank you. This is wonderful, wonderful. Together, let's just affirm.
The temple of light sets up a spiritual living, is a sacred field embodying our spiritual community, from which the Christ, peace, love, and joy emanate, to touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with it in any way. The light of the Christ illumines us, our center, and our environment. Our spiritual community is filled with and surrounded by the presence of God and is growing from strength to strength. The power of God expands our consciousness of truth, guiding us ceaselessly along the paths of wisdom, spiritual growth, unfoldment, and attainment. We are blessed, and to God be the honor and the glory forever. And so it is.
Children, please be seated. Children. Yes, Mama. Where are the children? Come, young people. At the back,
Goes
come
under the
forward,
table.
please.
Yeah.
So we may affirm you as I like. Yes, young people. Yeah.
Morning. I like this canto on behalf of all the youth of the world. Let us behold the Christ in them.
And so it is. And we are going to bless them. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. And we see you as shining lights unto your world. God is blessing you now. And so it is. And you're going to help us to sing the Temple Mission song, right? Okay. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, Holy Spirit on a mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, night or day. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, Holy Spirit on a mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, gosh, we're ready for 24. Really. Okay, so that means we're also ready for the next song, right? What is going to lead us? I Let Go. Famous song, and you will introduce the writer of that song. We know the chorus. I know the chorus. Let go, and the Spirit from my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only a photo. It's on the flyer by the bookcase. And it's
not
for
that
those who
tempo.
can't see from the back.
Not at that tempo, much faster, much faster.
Yeah.
We'll have the lovely Leandra give us an opening stanza. And then the rousing chorus led by Ali. Ready?
There was a time in my life thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged and struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go, let it all go. This is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Clap yourself. Wonder.
All the time.
Great, 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 great. And having released and let go in song, we are now going to get our message from our beloved Reverend Michelle, and she's going to thrill us, inspire us to let go and let God. Happy New You! Grand Rising! So if you've noticed, Grand Rising is the theme for the entire year for 2024. So let me share a little bit of the history of this. Of course, it first appeared in biblical scripture, Jeremiah 33:3. This passage was spoken by God to his prophet Jeremiah during the time of captivity in Babylon. God assured Jeremiah that if he earnestly sought him through prayer, he would receive his revelations. He would receive answers to his prayers. And so this verse highlights God's desire for people to genuinely call upon it in times of adversity, in times of need, and then also to praise and to worship God as well. And so Grand Rising is believed, you all, this phrase, to have its origin in, guess what? The Caribbean. Yeah. It's become popular amongst people of the African diaspora. Grand Rising is thought to have so much more in the way of faculty than just saying, good morning, right? Because now people say it, and I hear it all the time, and in Jamaica you guys tend to repeat things, morning, morning.
So what we are encouraging you to think about in the year ahead is how about a grand rising. So I want you all to rise grandly, please. And what I'd like for you to do is turn to your left and say grand rising, then turn to your right and say grand rising. Yeah, grand rising. So how did it feel to say it? How did it feel to receive it? All right, thank you. You can take your seats, grand seating. There are also some metaphysical meanings of the greeting grand rising. And one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this theme is because it is the first time that a person of African descent, their idea for the theme for the entire global movement of Centers for Spiritual Living has been adopted. And so I'm just thrilled because, I did many, many years of work on the Diversity Inclusion Commission, and I'm now starting to see the fruits of my labor. So we are truly being included. Yes. So what are some of the metaphysical meanings of the greeting? The sun has set on old ways of thinking. And also, we rise into the newness of our being. Each and every day, not just each year. We're going to put emphasis on the year, but each and every day, treat it as a grand rising. We also get to shake off the dust of the past to emerge into the beautiful world that works for everyone and everything. A grand rising also represents a clean slate. With tenacity, we shall come out on top. We shall overcome. We shall triumph over adversity. We can co-create with the divine to make things that we desire happen in our lives. We are unlimited potentiality. Say that. I am unlimited potentiality. And I think we forget that, right? We think we're finite, but we're not. We are also blessed with good fortune and strength. So at the start of a new year especially, many of us like to set intentions in this movement. In other movements, they do what? They set resolution. So what's the difference? There's so much more energy behind an intention. It motivates you into action. So we'll be setting intentions for the new year, but that starts tomorrow. We're going to shake off yesteryear today. So instead of starting each day with a good morning, think of it when you wake up as a grand rising. And so think also about the rest of your lives. And how might your life unfold if you simply leaned into the beauty and the grandeur of a grand rising? So you think about all those things. I can overcome any situation or circumstance in my life. Right? Personalities have no power over me. Facts have no control or power over me. I take dominion. So all of that is implied in that phrase, grand rising, you all. So it's so much more than just morning. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be shaking off, as we said, all of the happenings that occurred in 2023. We're going to release and we're going to let go of any regrets that we may have. We're going to give ourselves a clean slate, a blank canvas to start our year, because it's a new era for the entire planet. It's a new era for the Temple of Light, is it not? And it's a new era for each and every one of you. Grand Rising. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to start that process of releasing, letting go, and eliminating. So like the Sankofa, you all familiar with the symbol, the Adrinka symbol, the Sankofa? Yes. So it's based on the premise and belief that human beings are comprised partly of the past, and that the past shapes the present. Is that true? Yeah, absolutely it is. So to move forward, we must glance backwards. I didn't say, look back and get stuck, right? I did say take a quick glance, right? So we want to look backwards and bring forward into our vision for the new year all of those things that uplifted us, all of those things that served us well. We want to bring those into present day. We also want to rid ourselves of all of the things that no longer serve us well. Regrets, remorse, all the things you didn't accomplish that you intended to. Let it all go. You heard Ricky sing it. She said, let it all go, right? So what we want to do is activate the law of vacuum. We all know about that, do we not? It's about creating a void. And so wherever there is a void, because the universe abhors a void, it will be filled. And so we have the opportunity to determine what fills it. What does fill it are our desires, our heart's desires, our dreams, our goals, our visions. So the goal of the burning bowl ritual is to make space for those new beginnings by shifting our consciousness. It can be done at any time, any place. I do it throughout the year, you all. Sometimes I need to burn some things, and it's July. So I just want you to know, we're gonna do it today, and usually it happens at the beginning of a new year, but I'm letting you know it's a spiritual practice that you can engage in any time. Let's say you're stuck. You know, you're stuck in I'm not enoughness, or you're stuck in, oh, woe is me. You know, you need to get rid of that. And so you can always create your own little ritual ceremony at home to release and let go of that consciousness so that you can have a shift. So what we are going to do is you all are going to respond to some questions. And hopefully you have something you can write on, or you have some paper. Reverend Ann, can you assist with that, please? Great, you can also use technology, but the reason why we are really encouraging the writing of the paper is because you're going to physically burn it. You're going to physically burn it. And I'm going to talk about why it's important that each of you individually burn your own. So there's paper and there's pens coming along. We actually prefer the parchment paper because it burns faster, you all. So I've got some assistants out there. Raise your hand if you need parchment paper. All right, so it looks like everybody needs parchment paper, so let's get that out. It burns a lot faster than regular paper. And you know, the interesting thing, you all, I thought you probably only needed a little bit. Reverend Ann said, no, a lot of us need, you know, a bigger sheet of paper. And I said, oh, okay, you know better than do I. All right, so don't start writing until I pose the questions, and I want to make sure everybody has paper and pen before we start. And if you take notes on your phone, don't do your phone.
Take this from me. You don't have any dreams and desires. Take it.
You put it on the floor. It's not on the floor. I see Reverend just gave me mine. When you put yours on the floor, you can pick it up. One, pick it up. One, pick it up.
All right, is everyone equipped with parchment paper? A couple folks still need it. Everybody's got it? All right. So what I need you all to do right now is just to go inward for just a moment. And what you're going to bring to mind, you all of those things that you're ready to release. So the first question is, what are you ready to release? The second question is, and they're all similar, what is no longer serving your highest good? Is it fear? Is it regret? Might even be a disappointment. unmet expectations. And here's just another way of saying the same thing. What would you be better off without?
The second one.
And if you are live streaming, hopefully you have grabbed a little piece of paper that you can write down everything that you want to rid yourselves of this month. But be safe if you're burning it at home. All right, we're going to go a little bit deeper. Here's another question. Are there any situations or people that you need to release and let go of? Sometimes there are toxic people in our lives, and what they do is they drain our energy. They don't support us, they condemn us, they criticize us. And so you might need some new friends. And that's a hard one for a lot of people. Surround yourself with people who love you, who support you, who uplift you, not those who criticize or ridicule you. So as you are completing your list, I just want to share a little bit of information with you from the 4 Agreements. And that book was written by Don Miguel Ruiz. And it reminds us that God is life. That God is life in action. And the best way to say thank you to God for your life, for all of your blessings, is by letting go of the past and living in the eternal now moment. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. Not enjoying what is happening right now is actually living in the past. And it's only being half alive. Let the dead bury the dead. Casting off the old you, you discover your true selves. So the next step in our process is where we actually burn our lists. Before we start that process, and I have some angels who are going to be helping you all methodically go out, drop your regrets, your remorse, everything you want to rid yourselves of in the bin. It will actually burn. So you're going to go out this door and come back in on this side, so that we don't have a traffic jam. So why burn? Because fire is a form of purification. And so symbolically, we are purifying our consciousness of all that is holding us back, all that is keeping us small, all that is keeping us fearful, to live life full out and out loud. So we symbolically clean our mind by setting all of those things to the flames. We are actually going to physically burn. I know in years past that you all have passed them in and somebody else has burned. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Because each person needs to have their own symbolic experience of releasing and letting go and seeing those things, those limitations, go up in flames. So, we're going to have a little music playing in the background. I'm going to ask Sandy if you would help. And who else is going to help me? Janet's going to help me. So Sandy, take care of this side, and she's going to ask you all to line up in an orderly fashion, go out the door. There is a barrel out there that you can burn. The third thing, you expect me to remember? You're asking a lot. Thank goodness for notes. Situations, or other people, or the things that you'd be better off without. Things you'd be better off without. All right, keeping me honest here, huh? So, Sandy, you can start the process, and simultaneously, the music will start up as well. All right? Just follow Sandy.
I see the light, there is no night or day. Just like eternal, in God's journal, truly I found my way.
And if you're unable to walk, we will give you all an exception. Someone else can burn on your behalf. But if you're able, make the journey. It's a part of your personal pilgrimage.
I see the light, there is no night or day. Just like eternal, in God's journal, truly I found my way. I see the light, there is no night or day. Just like eternal, in God's journal, truly I found my way. I turn my thoughts within, dear Lord, for here is where you dwell, in your kingdom, nestled in my heart, where everything is well. I turn my thoughts within, dear God, and find pure love and peace, harmony, the watchword here, apparent doubt and discord cease. For here is where I find the truth. There is one, the all in all, the truth that makes me free to be. I heed its every call. I turn within, dear Lord, for there you dwell, in my heart of hearts, where all is well. The love, the peace and joy that is spirit expressed, I find is me, dear God, and make manifest.
steady? Okay.
One more time, I release and I let go. That we're gonna do now.
I release and let go.
You all know it. Yeah, just the chorus to complete this part of the process. Release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am
But
free
then the thing is, there's no
in
song.
the Spirit. Yes, I'm only for God. One more time. I release and I let go.
So I wait until they finish and get there. Yes, I'm only
It actually would be better if I sat there instead
And so it is. So let this ceremony renew your minds, making you feel lighter and freer. Feel a little lighter, a little freer. Because you have cleared the way for your divine nature to express more fully, more completely in 2024. And we will continue tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. to continue this process. We'll begin with a brief visioning meditation, and then we'll create our vision board as reminders of what to focus our efforts and our energy on throughout the year, bringing to fruition those things that we say we want to do, be, and have, and also those desires of our heart in the new year. So let us pray. If you could just go within for one moment. God is the only power in my life. And because of the principle of oneness, when I use the word in first person, I'm referring to everyone here. God is the only power in my life. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within me. I am a perfect child of God. And nothing that anyone has ever done or said can interfere with my divine inheritance. The power of God is greater than any circumstance in my life. The strength of God is mine to use. Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy, I discover that all I need is within me right now. As I release the past, and we have just released the past, I find I have nothing to atone for, nothing to run away from. Casting off the old me.
Blessing, we have some reminders. You notice we didn't have any announcements today, but we have some reminders, and we cannot leave without affirming anyone who is here for the first time in our sanctuary. Is there anyone who is here for the first time in the sanctuary of the Temple of Light? If so, please stand. Please stand so we can. Welcome. Remain standing, remain standing. Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, that's his first time here.
And oh yes, we're going to get this song. Just a few reminders, right? You know, we are going green. You have seen that. So those of you who are technology smart, you can utilize the what do you call it? The QR code, right? So that you can have your program, even if you don't have a physical paper program, right? And we have started this process, which you've just been told you're going to continue tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It doesn't end tomorrow. It will reach a climax tomorrow, and it will continue throughout the year so that we can create the best year yet and the beginning of even greater and greater to come. So results will be seen. The sky tapers will keep building, and building and building. So remember tomorrow to bring your poster boards and your magazines. You by now you have a clear idea of what you want to build in your life. So the images that you bring will correspond to what you have in mind. We must remind you, prayer support. Our church is strong with prayer support. Today, practitioner Vance Band will be on after the service, and you can call 289-0907. That's 876-289-0907 for prayer support. That is the same number that you can call from 8 a.m. to midnight, and you will get a practitioner who will pray with you. And we continue to be so grateful for all of the donations, tithes, offerings. Whatever you have been giving and continue to give to our church has made it possible for our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to continue to thrive. And the work that we do, far beyond the building, the work, the spiritual work that we do continues to extend parables, and is going to come. He's a luminary in the Jamaican spiritual diaspora, right? And it's going to come, so everybody is invited. Anybody, come